Just a second here. I have to get set up. Good morning, whoever is here. Yeah, I did not want to fucking make sense this morning. So the subject is Mark Lanegan, and yeah, I'm just gonna wait for some people to play. Just fucking try to set this up properly. Set this fucking thing all now. And see what's working. But really, maybe I'm doing good. How are you? Good to see you again. I haven't heard from you for a while. But he still too. At least Michelle from it. Just trying to get people to just kind of not Lanegan's involvement. You know, make some sense. Did they have children? Yeah, with Michelle over the phone that Lanegan was involved. So that's confusing. But I do need to roll it in. I don't, so I'll be right back. Oh, I need some music. Doing this. Good. Yeah, I'm just waiting for people to join. I haven't just woken up. I've stayed up for over 20 hours. I haven't gone to sleep all night. Hey, Lana. You too, Alana. Good morning. I'm almost done here. Just a second. So, have you guys been following along with what Who Killed Kurt has been saying about Mark Lanegan? I'll pause it and I'll respond to the comments. Good morning, Alana and everybody. Let me know if you've heard anything that they've said about Mark Lanegan, because they're trying to say that Mark Lanegan's not involved, which is absolutely ridiculous.
It started with a spark and burned into the dark. Now here I go. There is a river I found into the wild, under the ground. So here I go. A burden on a string, and I heard everything. Now here I go. Oh, sweet ignition, be my fuse. You have no choice, you have to choose. Bid farewell to yesterday. Say goodbye on my way. But in the end, we all must come before. So here I go. Ignition, be my fuse. You had no choice, you had to choose. Bid farewell to yesterday. Say goodbye, I'm on my way. I threw it all away because I to be what never was. Been so hungry I could lie. Took my word, took your wine. It has you in my bloody hands. These idle bones from other bands. Watch them in the muddy water.
They've been saying Mark Lanegan isn't involved in all this and trying to get hundreds, if not thousands, of people to believe that Mark has nothing to do with it. Meanwhile, they have Joe Burns, the eyewitness, on the phone with them, stating to them that Mark Lanegan indeed was involved and was the main attacker on Kurt Cobain in the basement. Why isn't official or whatever? You can just name yourself something official. I can name myself the official life of a borderline, and that would look better. But why is some YouTube channel speaking about Kurt Cobain and his case denying what they know about it and getting thousands of people to not believe it and to dismiss it? Why? Some people think you come from nothing, you go to nothing. But we actually come from a lot. We have a spiritual background, all of us, and we go back to it. Even every night we go to sleep or day, whatever time. But yeah, it's pretty weird that you have people talking about the Cobain case in an official kind of way, and they're denying what the eyewitness is literally stating to them over the phone and has stated to other people. I don't understand that. Kind of ticks me. It does, because Kurt Cobain deserves justice, not more lies, not more people being like, we don't believe this, when it's true. Like, I wanted to seem respectful to who killed Kurt and Michelle when I was on with Harvey. But the fact that they're discrediting what Joe Burns, the eyewitness, is stating to them and to others, really, it makes me upset. And I'm going to remain nice and professional and official like they are putting in their title on YouTube. But they're nothing near professional. And those forensics reports were actually taken from them and then shared. And the other reports they had were from YouTubers and people that just looked up things online. They didn't go anywhere with the police. If you want anything to go anywhere with the police, you give the police the eyewitness statements. That's what really matters too. You give them the whole thing. You don't leave anything out. We waited too long for people to leave important information out. I don't know if they're just mad they didn't get it the first scoop and Chris Todd did, followed by me and then them, and maybe they're pissed. Or maybe it's just about not saying Mark was there because they'll lose a lot of their audience members, which are grunge fans. To me, though, Kurt Cobain still matters a lot more than the grunge scene. He's way more than that.
That scream I hear, cry, little sister, come to your brother. Jamie, sister, love is with your brother. You must go. Strangers will come. When will they come? There's loneliness. Temptation beats like a drum deep in your veins. I will not lie, little sister. Come to your brother. Jamie, sister. Love is with your brother.
Yeah, Lana, I like that video you made of him. The AI one was the best. Where it like was different versions of Kurt. You should do more like that. Love you too. Everyone. Yeah, and especially the fact that his ex-girlfriend from high school was the one that called in the tips to Unsolved Mysteries in 1997 about Mark having involvement in Kurt Cobain's murder. That came out way before Joe's book, which came out just last year. So they're pretty quick to dismiss something from 1997 all the way up to now. I mean, Unsolved Mysteries, that's a show that matters. Like, some people have figured things out and there's been cases that are solved. They make new episodes saying solved. Don't just dismiss it, which is what they're doing. The Who Killed Kurt crowd. And for whatever reason, maybe they do know it's true and they're like, what the fuck? But still not saying that it is. I don't know why. I don't know. Or maybe, even if they're just selfish or whatever, even if this gets proven to be correct in the news and everything, like a year later, they'll just over time say, oh, we knew all along, but we were just pretending that we didn't because we wanted the authorities to do things correctly. So you'll believe it anyway, and so will everybody else when they catch up and want to be the main source of this information. So that will be good. Then people can believe it finally. Or maybe I should just name my channel The Official Life of a Borderline, like the official Who Killed Kurt. That way people will know I'm official. I'm an official source of information. Or I could just leave my name normal like it is. I like it this way. It doesn't take much to change the title of your YouTube channel. Okay, Anna.
Did you know something the last time you were here? Never find it now. It's very deep with your identity. So spend that time and let the next one pass. Don't let the door kick you when they ask. There's no return from innocence. 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 Don't even try. Let's get out the back. I'll never show your hair around again. Purchase your ticket. And try to take the last train out of town. It's a nice time and look the next one back.
Hey, Sunshine. Nice to see you again. Good morning. We're talking about why Who Killed Kurt would dismiss the fact that they have the eyewitness stating to them over the phone that Lanegan was the main person involved in the attack and murder on regarding Kurt Cobain. Why they are dismissing that, and all of the information I've compiled together here about Mark Lanegan and his definite potential of involvement. Why they aren't even wondering or questioning it. Thank you, Anna. Yeah, and Mark Lanegan's statement from June 2nd, 1994, or June 4th, 1994, in a Rolling Stone interview saying, I hadn't heard from Kurt. He hadn't called anybody. He hadn't called many people. I had a feeling something really bad happened to him. And then come his book in 2021, the re-release, he's saying early in April, Kurt got back from rehab and he called me. So that right there is what investigators look at as a changed story. So I don't know why that doesn't matter to Who Killed Kurt. If they're official, like they put in the title of their YouTube channel, then they should at least question this information, not just say, no, guys, no, that's not true. No. Look into it. And they're having the eye fucking witness state to them on the phone that Mark Lanegan was there. And then they're going against what he is telling them. What the fuck is up with that? And why are there so many problems with this Who Killed Kurt YouTube and Facebook page? There shouldn't be this many problems with them related to different things like money and ripping people off and now discrediting what eyewitnesses are saying. What the actual fuck? Beastie Boys. What do you think? Why do you think they would be doing that, discrediting him, even though he's stating to them that it was Mark Lanegan? Yeah, they're literally acting like stoppers. Like in the Matrix, remember? Don't look at that woman in the red dress, Neo. The woman in the red dress in this case is Courtney Love, Thursday, April 7th, 94. If not, we're falling for more of the cover-up, and she was actually there on Sunday going into Monday.
Yes, indeed, it's fun times, fun times.
And his ashes are scattered around. Hey, Nirvana Punk Rock. I'm good. How are you? Good morning. What time is it where you are?
I run the security. My name is Dennis State. I run the security for World Wrestling, and one of our wrestlers that lives down there is missing.
Okay, what's his name?
Chris Benoit.
It was a particularly brutal and vicious murder. It was something that showed some sign of real rage.
Chris was just this gentle giant.
Nobody expects their friend to kill their family. Like, what?
Well,
I can't point my finger at one thing and say this is what caused my brother-in-law to snap.
People need to understand that that was not him. He was my hero.
I need to talk about this. If you're going to say I'm glorifying a murder, stop listening now.
It's Saturday night.
Okay,
We're
I'll see
going to
you.
Laredo, Texas. We're doing the Texas Loop. I get to Laredo, and Chris, myself, and Scott Armstrong are going to ride together. And then they get a call from Chris, and he goes, "Oh man, I'm not going to make it." I go, "What's wrong?" He goes, "Daniel and Nancy have food poisoning, and I'm just trying to take care of them." And I'm like, "Oh man, are you good? You all right?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm okay." I said, "Well, tomorrow we're in Houston for the pay-per-view." So he goes, okay, great. I said, "Okay, man." And he goes, Chavo. I go, "Yeah?" And he goes, "I love you." And I'm like, "Okay, brother, I love you too, man." That was weird. And I go, "Are you okay?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm okay, man. I'm just really tired." I said, "Okay, man. Okay, well, you call me if you get any problem." Okay, well, I will. So then, that's it. About 5:30 in the morning, I get a text, and it was from Chris's phone. And it said, "The dogs are in the enclosed pool area, and the back door is open." So I'm just half asleep, and I see this text, and I'm like, "The heck is that?" All of a sudden, 30 seconds later, I get another text from Nancy's phone, and it says the exact same thing. I was like, "That's weird." I get another text right afterwards. It tells me his physical address. What is that? So I disregarded, thinking I'm picking Chris up in 3 hours at the airport. So then, I meet Scott downstairs. We go get breakfast, and I talk to him. Like, "Hey, did you get a weird text from Chris?" And he goes, "Yeah, I did." I said, "What did it say?" And he said the exact same thing. We drive to Corpus Christi for the next show. Still no word from Chris. So the head of talent relations, Johnny Ace, asked me, "Hey, Chavo, you heard from Chris?" And I say, "No." I said, "Well, look, Johnny," I got my phone and I show him. These are the texts that I got from Chris yesterday. And Johnny, in his raspy voice, is like, "Chavo, why didn't you show us these yesterday?" And I'm like, "Man, we're covering for Chris. We didn't know where he was. You didn't know where he was."
The office starting to get concerned because it was getting to be like 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So Vince McMahon has sent a wellness check to his house.
I was in my patrol car just riding around the county, and it was pretty close to the area when the call went out. My name is Larry Alden. I was with Fayette County Sheriff's Office. I was lieutenant in charge of the shift that was working the day of the Benoit incident. I had been a detective for about 15 or 20 years. I'd probably see Chris Benoit like once or twice a week at the gym, which was right in the middle of Fayetteville. He didn't talk a lot, and he was pretty focused on getting his workout in. I never heard anything about him. I didn't even know where he lived at until the call came out on the radio that day. I wasn't thinking of anything other than a welfare check, where maybe he was sick, maybe drunk. Didn't really know what. I pulled up on scene about the time the neighbor was walking over, and I walked up to them, and I asked if she had seen Mr. Benoit or anybody. And she said, "It's been 3 or 4 days since I've seen anybody over there." There was 2 large canines in the yard. If I remember correctly, they were German Shepherds. We asked her if there was any place she could put the dogs at so that we could go up there and do the welfare check. And she said, "Oh yeah, me and the dogs get along great. I feed them whenever they're out of town." And she jumped the fence. The dogs right there with her. She walked them in there and never had to take hold to them. It was taking a little longer than I thought it should take. But then she came running out the door screaming that Daniel's dead. I went from just being a regular welfare check. Okay, we got something more serious here.
So this man calls a meeting at the ring.
Dean Malenko's sitting next to me. I just had this really bad feeling. Dean's like, "There's something wrong. Something is not right."
That's when Mr. McMahon stands up in the ring and says, "We just got word that Chris Benoit Nancy and Daniel have all passed away. And the gasps, of course, around the ring.
I remember Vicky, because she just let out a scrolling scream.
I freaked out and I started crying, and Dean kind of stood up and he grabbed my hand and he took me off to the back.
Trying to real goon get on with me and said, "Oh, I need to watch my back," and that he basically is going to kill me.
Oh, wow.
Oh, man.
Did you hear that? This is Aaron Carter. 1 second.
He's going to kill me. Trying to real goon get on with me and said, "Oh, I need to watch my back," and that he basically is going to kill me.
Oh, man.
And he lives in Carson, which is actually close by.
Oh, real goon?
Yeah, he was real. Yeah, he was. Yeah, I could tell.
Yeah, he was body.
That's what he's. Yeah, he was real. Yeah, he was. Yeah, I could tell.
Yeah, he was body.
That's what he said.
That's all we gonna do, bro. That's all we gonna do is laugh, bro.
Yo, anyway, they wanted to come to Boston. Hey,
They wanted to come to Boston. What you mean?
they want us to come out to Boston and perform.
Oh, want us to?
Yeah, I'm getting a lot of DMs from Boston saying, "Yo, please come to Boston. Please come to Boston."
When we go on tour,
Yeah.
all the Midwest is good. Ohio treats me really good. Like Alabama, Kansas, North Carolina, South Carolina, all the tri-state area. The West Coast is a little funky, just because the further you get west, the crazier the bitches are. Like they're not well. These people aren't well out here. I feel like I fucking went crazy a little bit.
Look, Tennessee, Virginia, Florida.
Yeah, but this guy just made a threat to me, basically. Like, he was like, "Oh, you better watch your back," and all this shit. And I was like, and then he got on with me on the live. He's like, "Oh, yeah, you better watch your back." Like, oh, what you being like? Basically, it's like, it like threatening me, innuendo, like an innuendo type of threat. And then I was like, he just said some shit on his live, showed the roof and bounced off. And then I called the cops with him while I was on the live, and he went and changed his whole profile like a pussy, and all his pictures, and deleted his whole profile so they couldn't find him.
Yeah, that shit weird. And that fucking website that he put up, all that shit do is just take you to a bunch of articles that we're. So it's like it's nothing like they're like, "Oh, he got faster."
It's honestly not rocket science, because all I have to do is just not tell people what I'm doing. You know what I mean?
Your phone's getting my boy.
Like, they're like, "Bro, be wary of your surroundings."
Yeah.
I'm very. You can hear me now, right? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, is that what we was talking about?
Oh no, someone's like, "Oh, beware of your surroundings." I don't know why people are coming at me like that. Just because, like, you know, like me and J Bug might be doing this fight, or like I'm in the realm of like the hip hop world. That don't make me like some I'm family as a gang disciple, but I'm not a gang member. You know what I mean? Like, and
Mob ties. I don't think he was saying it like that. I think he was just saying like just be cognizant of him saying that people are around. I think he was saying it like that.
Yeah, but he came at me like foul, like off some like weird, like, I don't know. It was unnecessary. It was unnecessary. I wasn't even doing shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
No, not who you talking about. I'm talking about the comedy you just read, the Zaza meme.
that comment. Oh yeah. Oh,
Yeah, I wasn't there for
Like,
the
you're not a thug, is what you're saying. Like, what is a thug? Like, please, like, what's a thug?
A gangster to me is
I mean-
somebody who take care of their family. You know what I'm saying? A gangster to me is somebody who can lose it all and get it back, plus more. You know what I'm saying? A gangster is somebody who can put everybody
That I'm 100% against. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a gangster to me.
I take care of my people. I'm a man of my word, and I take care of my family. And I actually told, like, because I'm buying a house for my sister and my niece in Florida, just out of the kindness of my heart, because she like has been in and out of women's shelters. So I'm pulling equity out of my house to buy her a house, and hopefully that works. And then I told my mom and my sister, and they were like, oh, hopefully you don't act like Nick or turn back and do this. And I said, listen, I'm different. I said I'm culturally different, and I said that's why I have respect for gangsters and actual real gangsters and real thugs, because they actually take care of their family. They take care of their family first, and that's how I am too. And you even taught me that with our conversations and things that politically we've gone through that is no one's business. But you know what I mean? I am who I am, and I'm not Lil Peep. I'm not Mac Miller. I'm just Aaron, dude. That's it. Like, I'm just Aaron, and I don't need this industry. I like it. I like the challenge of it. I like the going out there on stage and being in front of people and performing for them. Being able to bring my artists with me. That 3 years ago when I go on No Jumper, I say, oh, here's this beat I got, and then boom, now you're on the actual track. And then I come in, I say, okay, told you I'm a man of my word. Yeah, maybe 2-3 years ago, people pissed me off, and you know what? I was biting back at the world, but I'm a fucking pit bull, bro. That's how I am. You fucking push me in a corner, you push a pit bull in the corner, and you fuck with it, what do you think it's gonna do? Yeah. Like, I'm not a little pussy. Like, I do have guns on my bed. Like, locked and loaded with one in the chamber.
Locked and loaded, one in the chamber, one up top.
I mean,
you gotta get that fucking you gotta get that shotgun I was telling you about, that AA-12.
The quick lock go one?
No, the automatic one, bro. That shit like six.
They don't. You can't get them in Cali.
Huh?
The law won't let you have an automatic of anything in Cali.
Can you have semi-automatic?
Yeah, you can have ARs.
Just get the compact AA-12 and semi-automatic.
Yeah, I'm actually about to go. I'm actually about to go pick up like 5 more guns at the store. So I remember the shotgun I showed you I'm getting.
Yeah. Everybody go get it today?
No, not today. I'm gonna get it tomorrow. So yeah. I had to get my license first. I lost my wallet, and then I had to go get my license. I had an unpaid parking ticket, went to the DMV, had to pay that, get a notary, all this shit. So.
It's caught in a crossfire.
Alright, so I have a question. The only thing left I have with my father is his lighter. Well, this is my grandpa's lighter, his father. This was my dad's lighter. Robert Gene Carter. See?
Why a month, Alana? Where are you going for a month? Alana?
RGC. Robert Gene Carter. So, and I'm trying to get him fixed. And I don't know what to do. So if anyone has any advice on how to do that, no domestic dog. Hey, that's wrong. Are you kidding me? I grew up with wolves, with my dad, German Shepherds, Doberman Pinschers, Rottweilers, mixed dogs, and 5 of.
Oh, okay, Alana. Or try to go somewhere with Wi-Fi close by, or ask somebody that lives like right near you that you could connect to.
The dogs of 25 that we had when my parents were together were outside dogs that protected the property. I'm a high-profile individual, and he is my security, and this is a pack. Okay? Come on, guys. Hey, you better get out of there. Get out of there now. I caught you. These are my main 2. Yeah.
Designer, I'm about to go pay.
Wait a second.
Sending you money for more. What?
Lana, you too. I can't believe you're gonna be gone. One second.
You could say to people audit. There are so many. I should also. I'm here mostly right now to just tap in with you guys. You know, I captioned this live real talk because it's real talk. Whether you like it or not, because it's real. Ohio, what's good? So, oh, I just got a galaxy from Claire Bear. That's my boot thing. Thank you. By the way, just so you guys know, I take a lot of the, maybe like 80% of the gifts that I get from you guys, and I recharge them, and then I go to other people's streams and I donate to them. Has anybody seen me do that? Am I sober? Yes, I'm very sober. Thank you for asking. Thank you, Ashgill. It's good to see you here. Nice little kite. Oh, thank you, Allison, for being proud of me. It's not easy, you know, it's not easy suffering from the disease of addiction. It's not, you know, there are a lot of triggers around. There are a lot of people that want to trigger you. They want to see you do bad things. They want to try to set you up. You know, I'm sure you guys will see a lot more of that from Voldemort in the future. But I really don't care. I don't have time for it. There are some personal things that happen that will never allow me to be with that person ever again. And I'm not going to speak on it. Someone said, oh, I claimed I've been sober. Actually, no, I never claimed that. There's a difference between sober and clean. And I've made it very clear that I have had 2 relapses in 5 years. Are you gonna encourage me to do better? Or are you gonna keep putting me down? Are you gonna send some words of positivity? It's called affirmations. For my accolades. Jessica, thank you. Sassy, thank you. Appreciate the roses. Get some music notes from CTV. Good. Is that Canada TV radio? Hello, how you doing, Canada? God, I wish I lived in Canada. It's so much sweeter there. But yeah, so interview with Adam 22 went great. It was good to see him again. It's been a couple years. We scheduled it and we're good. And Thank you. I don't hear that very often. Oh, Lardy, hey, sweetheart. How you doing? Oh, I got a galaxy. Whoop, whoop. Yeah, so, there's been a lot of back and forth. And I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, I apologize for that, because I'm not going to do that. I had nothing to be sorry for. Look at Lardy coming in here. Ha. Let's see what she's sending. She's cryptic, so I have to see what she's sending.
If you win the next Lotto Max jackpot, you won't just see the world. You can see it with your own personal chef.
When your contractors are global, paying them should not slow you down. With Remitly Business, you can use your exhibit.
She's gonna kick y'all's butt right now, watch. But yeah, anyway, I feel like a lot of my personal life has been shared heavily, right? On everywhere. With a bunch of fake ass media people who think they're media, YouTube, no jumper shirt. Yeah. Where's yours? Did Adam give you one? I didn't think so. Have you done 5 interviews with him? I don't think so. Oh, I got a Ferris wheel. Thank you. It's gonna piss him off, guys. We got 2.3 thousand people watching, 27,000 likes quickly. So childish. Yeah, okay. Keep telling yourself that. Because everything I'm talking about right now is right. It's like an infant.
Right, same here. Oh fuck.
But yeah, no, I had a great upbringing. I had, but still, drug abuse and addiction can still occur, and it did with me many times throughout my 20s, and just got it right. That's why, when you see fucking people coming at me and trying to do this, do that, do this, come on, man. I haven't had a pair of handcuffs put on me in 6 years. So, since 2017. And, that was it. So, never been charged with any crimes. I'm not a felon. Chapstick. Yeah, go get some then. If you're that concerned, because I have some right there. This and that. Yeah, this and that. That and this and this and that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You guys really pay attention to every little detail of what I do. I love it. Blessed to be able to perform in front of thousands of people, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, hundreds, tens, one. Oh, Lardy, travel. I know, right? Let's travel the world. Let's get it going. So yeah, I just been, taking some time to just work on myself. Working with my therapists, working with my psychiatrist, working with, I do drug tests every week. I'm in an outpatient program right now with Lion Rock Recovery, and it's going great. It's going really great. It takes time. It's not inpatient, it's outpatient, but it's doing its job, and I have a great counselor. And so shout out Leo. Shout out Lion Rock Recovery. Shit's expensive. But it's worth it, and it's worth it for my kid, and it's worth it. So y'all can stop worrying about the batteries in the house, because the house is gonna be sold soon, and I'm gonna be in the new one. So but yeah, so I have old lady hands. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I guess so. The underrated. Yeah, it's a great song. Produced it. Co-produced it with the great co-producer. Wrote it with a great team. therapists, working with my psychiatrist, working with, I do drug tests every week. I'm in the outpatient program right now with Lion Rock Recovery, and it's going great. It's going really great. It takes time. It's not inpatient, it's outpatient, but it's doing its job, and I have a great counselor. And so shout out Leo. Shout out Lion Rock Recovery. Shit's expensive. Oof. But it's worth it, and it's worth it for my kid, and it's worth it. So y'all can stop worrying about the batteries in the house, because the house is gonna be sold soon.
Spark!
Another ad to wake you up. I'm really getting bored of this consumer world.
When I was younger and I was in that solitude, not confinement, but like in that solitude place, the piano was always there for me. And with that being said, that's why I took to it, and it was always there for me. Thank you, Lardy. If I could collab with anyone, who would it be? I think I've already got that in the bag for now. So Lardy, I'm definitely collaborating with, and Check. I'm working with Check the Star, and just keep on keeping on, and
not with him.
Some shady. No, I would need a beard. I can grow one, but it looks really weird on me. I don't think you guys want to see a beard on me. Thank you, Painted. Thank you, Jimmy. Appreciate it. All right, we have 49,000 likes. All right, let's double tap that screen. I'm not going to be like those annoying people. Oh my God, take the big head. Do it if you want. I don't care. I had the opportunity of doing Outlaw Candy, growing up, Aaron's Party, County Shack, tons of movie songs, lots of different TV shows, 2 times Broadway. My first stint in Broadway was a musical when I was about 16 years old, and I stayed there for about 8 months. And then my second stint was with the Fantastics on Broadway, actually on Broadway, 50th and Broadway. And that was at the Snapper Theater with the Fantastics. That was for 2.5 years. I expected to only be there, I was like egotistical. That was in 2011, so that was literally like 11 years ago. I only expected to be there for I would say maybe 3-6 months, but it didn't work out that way. And because I was hoping that, all right, if I show, this show that I'm accountable, and I could show up 8 times a week, more shows than the days in the week, and be the star of the show and hold it down, no matter if I was sick, whatever I was doing, whatever changes that needed to be made by me, advised by, the MD, Robert Felstein, musical director. I learned a lot, Broadway is a tough thing. It's a tough gig, man. You got to be on your P's and Q's, and the best of the best are there. So it's interesting, because when I first went into the show, I wasn't really accepted, because I was I was singing songs like "Try to Remember the Kind of," and then I learned how to, eventually. Felstein sat me down. He's like, "Listen, Aaron, if you're gonna do this, you're gonna be the star of the show. You have to sing like a Broadway singer." And I was like, "All right, so how do we do that?" Learned about diphthongs, learned about different things, music theory. Spent a lot of time doing it, so I could sing it like, "Try to remember the kind of September when life was slow and oh so mellow." So it's like talking, kind of. Broadway isn't. It's not like "Try to remember the kind of September." It's "Try to remember the kind of September when life was slow and oh so mellow." So that so there's a big difference. So I learned a lot about that, and it was great. And do I plan on performing again? Baby girl, I'll be performing the rest of my life. 28 years. Think I'm gonna stop now? I'm the kind of guy that I can go away for a couple of years and I can come back and I can do it again. And then go away again and come back and do it again. Go away again, come back and do it again. So, but yeah, no, I'm going to send love to my family, prayers and blessings to them. Is this Amanda Bynes? No, I'm not Amanda Bynes, but that was my first girlfriend actually on the All That Much Music and More tour in 1989. She was my first girlfriend. Sweetheart. Such good, she had great parents, such a good person. So don't come on here trying to degrade Amanda. I won't accept it. Yeah, so you know, there's so many different aspects in life that we can appreciate. Like for instance, I'm looking at these palm trees right now. Beautiful weather, you know, 90 degrees out. Gorgeous, and I'm in a very good place. I'm in a very good place mentally. I'm in a very good place. You know, I have my ups and downs. This year has been a fucking crazy year, but I'm a father, whether you like it or not, and that's just how it is. And he comes first. He comes before all you guys. So I'm sorry, no disrespect. I'm not a clown father. Well, maybe I am. I actually use that clown emoji or that clown profile picture. I'm the leader of the Joker gang, right? Yeah, for real. Let's hear conspiracies. I have none for you. I don't have conspiracies. I don't believe in conspiracies, even though it has been recently deemed as a felony and a federal crime. I'm not with the whole conspiracy things. I'm not a politician. You know, you guys are here. I'm not on your TikTok watching it. So, thank you for the compliments. I appreciate that.
Please state your name for the record.
Chadwick Merriweather Harding.
To the third. Can I get back to you with that?
Look at the way they dress. They have a horrible fashion sense. Isn't it true that the accused treated you like a dog?
Mr. Foreman, has the jury reached a verdict?
We have, Your Honor. We find the defendants.
Make a trip to Paris, or at least to that.
Are legal fees and complicated
We're
paperwork?
done with Aaron for now.
The world is run by pedophiles and I still have to work. Everything is upside down, this shit is so berserk. They tell me to find Jesus, but they're lying in the church. I'm slowly ripping at the seams and I'm about to burst. I did not sign up for this. After yes, fuck this shit, I am happy.
The 90s and the events of 9/11 and the COVID-19 pandemic, there have been many changes in society. One of the most significant changes has been the shift towards increased surveillance and security measures in response to fears of terrorism and public safety. In addition, technology has advanced at a rapid pace, leading to the development of new and more pervasive forms of surveillance, such as facial recognition and online tracking. This has raised concerns about privacy and the power of governments and corporations to access personal information. Overall, these changes have had a profound impact on the way we live and interact with one.
Yeah, absolutely. And did you notice from the fourth dimension how the third dimension is becoming more and more lame and bleak?
Indeed, the changes in society have had both positive and negative effects. On one hand, technology has brought us conveniences and new ways of connecting with one another that we never imagined before. However, the increased surveillance and security measures have raised important questions about privacy and the balance between safety and freedom. As with any major social change, there are always trade-offs, and it's up to us as individuals and as a society to find a path forward that protects both our interests.
Absolutely. Is there anything else that you would like to say about the state of the world now? Like, it's really awful that we had to go through all that COVID stuff and depopulation stuff and all the bullshit from the government. How do we remain sane after all that horrible, awful stuff happened?
It is indeed unfortunate that the world has faced such difficult challenges in recent years, including the COVID-19 pandemic and the impacts of overpopulation. These issues have brought about a lot of pain and suffering for many people, and it's understandable to feel frustrated and concerned about the state of the world. However, I believe that there is also a reason for hope. Despite the challenges we face, there are many individuals and groups working towards positive change and finding innovative solutions to these problems.
You're already in the afterlife. Here's something that's been hidden from you your entire life. Something so obvious that its invisibility is almost perfect. You've been preparing for a transition that already happened. The moment you fear, the crossing you imagine, the great unknown you think awaits, it's not ahead of you. It's beneath you, around you, inside you right now. The boundary between life and afterlife isn't a wall you cross at death. It's a perceptual filter you've been wearing since birth, mistaking half the picture for the whole canvas. Think about this carefully. Have you ever had a moment where physical reality felt dreamlike, where the world around you seemed less solid than it should be, where time stretched or compressed in ways that shouldn't be possible? Have you ever dreamed of someone who died, and they appeared with such clarity, such presence, that you woke up convinced you'd actually been with them? Not symbolically. Actually with them, they're glimpses, brief moments when the filter slips and you perceive what's always been there. The afterlife dimension interpenetrating this one, occupying the same space, vibrating at a frequency just beyond your normal awareness threshold. Here's where it gets shocking. Humanity has built an entire civilization on a false premise. We've constructed religions, philosophies, laws, and sciences on the assumption that consciousness begins at birth and ends at death, that here is separate from there, that life is the real thing, and the afterlife is the mystery waiting on the other side. You're not preparing for afterlife conditions. You're experiencing them right now. You're creating your reality through thought and belief exactly as discarnate entities do. You're broadcasting into dimensions you can't see, building structures in realms you don't acknowledge, and your refusal to recognize this keeps you trapped in limitations that were never real to begin with. The shock isn't that you'll enter the afterlife someday. The shock is recognizing you never left it. And once you see this, everything changes. Not your location, your entire relationship to existence itself. Let me show you the architecture of where you actually are. Interpenetrating dimensions existing in the same space, but vibrating at different rates, like radio stations broadcasting simultaneously through the same room. You're not tuned to one station. You're receiving 3 at once. But your attention is so fixated on the loudest one that you've convinced yourself the others don't exist. The first layer is Framework 1. This is the dimension of matter, time, biological processes, and cause and effect as you understand it. It's what you see when you open your eyes, what you touch with your hands, what you measure with instruments. But here's what most people miss. Framework 1 isn't the foundation. It's a projection, a specialized output, created by deeper processes. The second layer is Framework 2, the non-physical probability field. This is where thoughts exist before they crystallize into events, where potential futures swirl in patterns of likelihood, where your beliefs act as magnetic attractors, pulling certain probabilities into physical manifestation while leaving others dormant. You access Framework 2 every time you have an intuition, a creative insight, a sudden knowing that didn't come through logical deduction. It's not mysterious. It's just operating at a frequency your physical senses weren't designed to detect. But there's a third layer most people never hear about. This is the frequency band where discarnate entities exist, where the so-called dead continue their existence, where you go every night in deep sleep, and where the larger portion of your consciousness has always been stationed.
REM sleep. REM. REM. Remember Michael Stipe.
The afterlife isn't a place you go to. It's a frequency band you're already tuned into, but your attention is so narrowly focused on the physical channel that you filter out everything else. What you call life is actually a specialized focus within a broader afterlife experience, a temporary narrowing of perception for intensive physical exploration. When your body dies, you suddenly gain access to the afterlife. You simply stop filtering it out. The shock of physical death isn't arriving somewhere new. It's recognizing you were always there. The physical world was the overlay, not the foundation. Think about what this means practically. The thoughts you think you're thinking privately are already broadcasting into the afterlife realm, creating structures and attracting entities. The emotions you suppress don't disappear. They accumulate in the between-life layer where you'll encounter them fully formed after transition.
Yeah, Nirvana, punk rock. I don't mind it. In the beginning I did, but it goes down, it comes up. Just with the subscribers, I've noticed it'll go up, it'll go down like 2 or 3, and I'll be like upset, but then it keeps building. So as much as I lose is not as much as I'm gaining. Like it literally keeps gaining. So that's made me feel better about all that.
The fears you cultivate, the desires you obsess over, the beliefs you hold without examination, they're not contained in your skull. They're radiating outward, building environments in a dimension you're pretending doesn't exist. You're not preparing for the afterlife. You're living it clumsily, with filters on, like someone trying to navigate a vast mansion while staring through a keyhole. Every moment you delay recognizing this, you're creating afterlife conditions unconsciously. And the difference between conscious creation and unconscious creation is the difference between liberation and confusion when the physical filter finally drops. This isn't philosophy. It's mechanics. You're standing in 3 dimensions simultaneously right now. The only question is whether you're going to keep pretending you're only in one. If you're already in the afterlife, why don't you remember getting here? This is the question that stops people cold. Birth is voluntary amnesia. It's a deliberate dimming of awareness that allows for immersive physical experience. Like an actor so absorbed in a role they temporarily forget their real identity. But here's the part that's been suppressed. The teaching that explains so much suffering. The amnesia was never meant to be total or permanent. It's supposed to thin as you mature, allowing gradual reintegration of your wider identity. Children often remember more than adults because their filters haven't fully solidified yet. They speak of past lives, invisible friends, places they've never been. And what does society do? It conditions them to forget, to dismiss, to close the very perceptual doors that should be opening wider. Humanity has mistaken temporary forgetting for permanent ignorance. We've treated the birth veil as an impenetrable barrier instead of a permeable membrane, and this mistake has consequences that echo beyond physical death, and that many humans never wake up from the birth amnesia. They move from physical life to post-death life still filtered, still limited, carrying the same narrow perceptions into the afterlife environment. Imagine dying while still believing you're only a biological machine, only a personality created by brain chemistry, only a victim of random circumstances. That belief doesn't evaporate when your body stops functioning. You carry it with you into a dimension where belief is creative force. The hidden danger is this: you can be more disoriented after physical death than during life if you haven't practiced recognizing your true nature while embodied. Death doesn't automatically grant wisdom. It removes physical constraints, but it doesn't remove the psychological constraints you've built through years of conditioned thinking. The practice hidden in plain sight. Your dreams are memory bleed from the afterlife dimension. Every night, you return fully to the between life realm.
It does. You do. And I love Summer Gloss. She erects the boner in my heart. I had to say that. Okay, back to our programming. Good programming.
You reunite with the larger portion of your consciousness. You interact with discarnate entities. You access the simultaneous time where all your incarnations exist at once. And every morning you re-enter the amnesia, filtering the experience through physical logic that can't accommodate non-physical reality. The reason dreams feel chaotic isn't because they're meaningless. It's because you're trying to interpret non-physical logic through physical assumptions.
There's physical and non-physical. And because we have been made retarded by our government. Wake up, go to school, and get a little bit older. Watch these perverted, retarded TV shows and find them funny. Adapt your personality around them. Okay, you're dumb as shit now? That's great. Here's a blue check mark. Be an influencer. It's called, it's in my live stream playlist. You're already in the afterlife by the YouTube channel Deleted Truths. They're a great channel. Joe likes them too. I told him about this channel. Sorry, I had to burp.
You're trying to force sequential time onto experiences that occurred in simultaneous time. You're trying to impose physical cause and effect onto events that follow psychological causation. This is the warning made visceral. Start recognizing the pattern now, while you have the physical buffer, while you can practice navigating both states.
And that's what you should do. So if you practice navigating this physical third dimension, and you practice navigating the fourth and fifth, where you can be physical and non-physical. So you're conscious here in the third, mostly with the physical. But when you get in the fourth and fifth, it's both. So you really have to master both. It's like this movie I was watching last night on TV, Ghost with Patrick Swayze. I don't know if I'm saying his last name right, but it's just like that. Hence how they were able to sit on the subway and also walk through doors. It's physical and non-physical. That's existence all along. We're just not consciously aware of that all the way up since we were babies to now. It's in our subconscious. When we become aware that sleeping is not our life on pause, it literally is us just going and vibrating in different dimensions, we will realize our eternity And this knowledge shouldn't be Gnostic knowledge. It shouldn't be knowledge that's just kept with the A-lister celebrities, the Jeffrey Epstein crowd, Sarah Silverman, Courtney Love, and they all laugh at us and keep us stupid and dumb and perverse and in the dark of what is actually going on in this world. So if anyone wants to leave and not hear that, they really missed out. That was very important, more important than somebody else on YouTube telling you to donate to them for, I don't know, what? Not for internet, probably to renovate their bathroom in their whole house.
Learn to remain conscious during dreams. Learn to question your assumptions about what's possible. Learn to recognize that the familiar sensation of waking up each morning is actually the sensation of re-entering amnesia, not escaping it. Because when the physical filter drops permanently, you won't suddenly become wise. You'll simply be fully yourself, with all the beliefs and limitations you've been cultivating for decades. If you've spent your life denying the afterlife exists, you'll face the afterlife while still denying it. And the confusion that creates, the amnesia was meant to create focus, not blindness.
And that's how you become an earthbound spirit. And I just want to really mind freak you right now. We are earthbound ghosts right now. We just don't realize it. We are spirit beings right now. We just don't realize it on planet Earth in the third dimension, stuck here. But we are eternal. We've always been multidimensional and above just this third dimension. Unfortunately, you were forced into school, and so was I, and our parents were told that they had to do it. It was the law. And we couldn't just wake up and remember our dreams and process. If we were able to just stay in our beds and process where we just came from without having to get up and go somewhere and be programmed by the government that's just going to kill us with needles someday anyway, we would have been aware of our eternity, just like the A-lister celebrities with this knowledge that look at us like we're dumb little fucking sheep, stupid and retarded, kept perverse and dumb, and only meant to be a little peasant, a little consumer. They're the ones that should have the knowledge, not us. They're the A-lister elite celebrities. They're the official blue checkmark people of the world. Their opinions are the ones that matter. So buy this kind of toothbrush. Don't know the important things that we know.
The forgetting was meant to allow immersion, not imprisonment. And the return to full memory was always supposed to happen gradually during physical life, not as a shock at death. You're not waiting to remember. You're choosing to forget moment by moment. Because full remembrance would require you to take responsibility for the fact that you're already in the afterlife, already creating your reality, already accountable for the thought forms you're building in dimensions you can't see. Thoughts are things, not metaphorically, literally. In the afterlife realm you're currently inhabiting, every persistent thought creates a form. Every strong emotion builds a structure. And every belief becomes an environment. This isn't poetry. It's physics operating at a frequency you can't directly perceive.
And I wanted to add something to that. Let me go back on that just a sec. Oh yeah, so since we are all part of the God source, we are all multidimensional of God, the God source, we are all omnipresent as well. That means we're currently in those other dimensions at the same time, which also explains why somebody can lay down right now and enter the lucid dreaming state, go to sleep and enter the lucid dreaming state and have a dream with you, a lucid dream where they're consciously with you, with it being physical and non-physical, but having control over it. While you're still awake in your third dimension body, your earthly body here, planet Earth, just a way to describe it, was a better way. It explains why people can have a lucid dream of you when you're still awake and they're asleep.
you're currently inhabiting. Every persistent thought creates a form. Every strong emotion builds a structure. And every belief becomes an environment. This isn't poetry. It's physics operating at a frequency you can't directly perceive. Your physical reality delays manifestation, giving you time to change your mind. You think
Astral, remote viewing, lucid dreaming, out-of-body experience, near-death experience, our experience right now, all the same thing. We're just limited in the physical right here in the third dimension and only really perceiving it. But really the desk that's in front of you or the chair you're on, it's not just physical, it's energy as well. We're just perceiving the physical, unfortunately, because we've been trapped into doing that since a really young age.
a thought, but it takes time, energy, and physical action to bring it into material form. This buffer is a mercy. It allows you to think destructive thoughts without immediate destructive consequences. It lets you explore dark possibilities without instantly creating dark realities. But the afterlife realm has no such buffer. In the between-life dimension, thoughts materialize instantly. Belief becomes environment with no delay, and you're creating in that dimension right now with every persistent thought, fear, and desire you generate. The heaven or hell you're building isn't waiting for you after death.
So don't fear. Have confidence in whatever you are doing. Remember that you are multidimensional. You are every age. You can be any physical being that you want to be in that state. You are basically Chris Angel Mind Freak in that in-between state, which is physical and non-physical, which is what we're supposed to be conscious of right now and submerged in right now, experiencing right now. But unfortunately, of course, put into school programming, we didn't remember this since kindergarten, and we fucking should have. We knew it back then. It was with us then. It wasn't something that reached the age of 100 years old and then understand. We already knew it.
It's under construction right now, populated by the thought forms you're unconsciously spawning through habitual emotional patterns. This is the hidden warning that most spiritual teachings soften or obscure. You're not preparing for judgment. You're building the judge, the courtroom, and the verdict with your current belief system. Let me make this concrete. Someone who spends their physical life in chronic fear creates fear constructs in the afterlife layer. These aren't symbols. They're actual forms made of psychic energy, responsive to attention, growing stronger with repeated focus.
But you can help other spirits in that state too, when you're conscious there too, by letting them know that it's their belief that can free them from anything, that can make them live a good existence however they want.
When that person drops the physical body and can no longer filter out the afterlife dimension, they're greeted by their own creations, entities of fear they've been building for decades. This isn't moral judgment. It's mechanical cause and effect, as neutral as gravity. You create what you focus on. In physical reality, the creation is slow enough to stop. In afterlife reality, it's instant and complete. Religious believers who expect a very particular afterlife create literal versions of their expectations. If you believe you'll face a panel of elders judging your worthiness, you'll create those elders from your own psychic energy. They'll appear completely real, completely independent, because you've given them form through the intensity of your belief. And they'll judge you exactly as harshly as you judge yourself.
Even if they're people you've seen before and think they'll be the ones, it'll happen if you believe it. Start to believe what you want to believe and don't fear anything.
This book, Journeys Out of the Body. Would you welcome Robert Monroe?
Indeed a problem. How does one follow from body to out of body? What is an out of body experience? Well, an out of body experience is a state of being, a state of awareness, a state of action, separate and apart from the physical body. About 25% of the population throughout the world, I guess, has this spontaneously take place that they're aware of at least once in their lifetime.
No, what happens? What happens?
Well, what happens is that
you experienced it a lot when you were little. Correction.
You, as an individual, suddenly find yourself, for one reason or another, apart from your physical body, and yet you can think, you can be, you can act, but your physical body is in some other location. It may be only 2 inches away or 2,000 miles away.
Now, we've heard about people who have supposedly died and then have come back to life. That is also an out-of-body
That is
experience?
indeed an out-of-body. It's a rather extreme way.
You believe in that, then?
Oh, yes.
So in other words, if someone's in an awful automobile accident, the next thing they know, they're kind of floating above it, watching.
That's what we mean by a spontaneous one, as it were. And it is very, very common. And also, a very important thing is that everyone does this. The fact that you do not remember it, it does not infer that it does not happen. For example, during what we call delta sleep at night, which everyone goes through, is quite probably, according to our researches, the time when everyone goes into this out-of-body state. You don't remember it, but it does take place.
Now, is that like a dream?
No, it's something apart from a dream. It is there's no philosophic connotation in our approach to it, but it is somewhat a process of the recharging mechanism that you get during sleep.
When you first had yours, were you frightened?
I was totally frightened. Panic-stricken was a better word for it. And I went through, as a result, all the processes of medical examinations, psychiatric examinations, trying to determine why this was happening.
Robert, describe for us your first body. Can you remember it?
Oh, I remember.
You still look frightened.
Oh, hang on.
Grandma Young.
I like that too, Bruce Lee. I like his. We're going to go with, from 94, Brandon Lee's last interview with the Crow. So he died during this film. He was shot. And it's about a guy being murdered, ironically, and coming back in people's dream state, the lucid dream state, and haunting them as this character called the Crow. This is his last interview from that. And it's from 1994. Here we go.
I don't know if I was destined to play this role, but I feel very fortunate to be doing so.
The Crow was Brandon Lee's last film. Miramax Home Entertainment is proud to share his final on-camera interview, which includes exclusive, never-before-seen footage.
The crow in the film, the bird in the film, you could really just look at as a guide, almost a piece of his own personality that guides him back into his life and reminds him who he was, what happened to him. This is a person who has been pushed right to the limits of his ability to cope with what is going on, and in a sense is quite mad sometimes. In a sense is completely insane. Almost in the sense that you might think of an insane person having voices, more rational voices that try and guide him, more irrational voices that come from a more emotional, more deep-seated place. I think that the Crow is that rational voice. The Crow is his guide. The Crow helps Eric do what he has to do in a very practical sense. It leads him to the places that he has to be. It helps him find the people that he has to find. It's a story about justice for victims. Each one of these is a life. A life you helped destroy. His mission is to find the men who killed him and his fiancée and kill them. Gentlemen! I just want him. It's a wonderful role, and it really is a role that you have to take risks with, and it gives you a wonderful opportunity to take those risks and stretch, because you tell me how somebody who comes back from the dead is going to behave, You move your dead. And I say I'm dead, and I move. And that's one of the wonderful things about playing this character is it's a real, you can really take the gloves off in playing this part because there are no rules about how a person who has come back from the dead is going to behave.
I'm sure you'll remember. You killed him on Halloween.
It can't be you. We put you through the window. There ain't no coming back. And then there's a part of him that is filled with rage towards what was done to him. And one of the things I like best about this movie is the fact that all of those parts of the character are given balance on the screen. He's torn up. He's torn up really badly, emotionally, physically, and psychically.
She died at the hospital.
I saw her through your eyes. I think that the appeal of Eric's mission is that it is a very pure one. He has come back to seek justice. I've done other films that have had violence in them, but I must say I've never done anything where I felt that the violence was as justified as it is in this. There's very little need to worry about compassion.
Victims. Aren't we all?
This is justice, you know? And I truly feel that it is. And I truly feel that if I were in the same situation, I would do the same thing.
And I definitely believe he is and was and is.
He has something he has to do, and he is forced to put aside his own pain long enough to go do what he has to do.
To tell the rest of them death is coming for them tonight.
This film deals with the concept of a balance being struck between good and evil. I gave this to Shelley once. I think she'd like you to have it. Because we do not know when we will die, we get to think of life as an inexhaustible well. And yet everything happens only a certain number of times, and a very small number, really. How many more times will you remember a certain afternoon of your childhood? An afternoon that is so deeply a part of your being that you can't even conceive of your life without it. Perhaps 4 or 5 times more, perhaps not even that. How many more times will you watch the full moon rise? Perhaps 20, and yet it all seems limitless.
Little things used to mean so much to Shelley. I used to think they were kind of trivial. Believe me, nothing is trivial.
This is the point of view that this character is coming from in the whole film, because it has been brought sharply into focus for him how precious each moment of his life is.
I love you.
Say that again.
I love you.
This is the best role that I've had the opportunity to get my hands on in a film.
I want you, in any way you want to explain it, that you are not the Crow.
In fact, I am undead. And I frequently go on killing rampages. And watch, I'll put this cigarette out on my chin and it won't even hurt me.
So, I mean, this is a behind the scenes. We're not going to go too much into what the film is actually about.
Thank God.
The elements of the film, like, is your character, it's Eric, right? Is, it's kind of has a dark side, but he's also a musician. You want to talk about that?
Well, the interesting thing about this character to me is that you're dealing with a guy who's literally been pushed to the limits of his own sanity, you know. And I think that something of the persona of the Crow that he takes on, he does because he himself can't necessarily deal with what's happening. And by creating this persona, he creates someone who can deal with what's going on. Mm-hmm. And I just want to say that I really love playing with Axel. And I'm really looking forward to our upcoming concert tour.
Lollapalooza 85, right? So is it like just, do you have like any sort of catchphrase, any sort of thing that you say in the film that is your phrase?
Actually, I'm kind of disappointed because I didn't seem to come up with the catchphrase for this film. Another character did, and the catchphrase is "Was too loaded."
So is that what the crew walks around saying all the time?
Absolutely.
Are they rolling? Or are they visually? Are they rolling?
No.
Okay, it's like good. So, like, tell me about like the comic book aspects. Have you ever like read the comic book before? What came first? You're reading the script and you're reading the comic.
I read the script first, but the comic book is wonderful. It's out in a graphic novel edition right now. There's 3 graphic novels. Contains all 6 issues of the comic book, and it's a very pure work. The writer's been out on the set a lot, and I've gotten a chance to meet him. You wouldn't necessarily bring him home to dinner with your mother, and I think he'd like me to say that about him. But it really is a very pure work. It came from some experiences of his own. And an interesting thing that I like about it is it's essentially a story about a man and a woman who are victims of a terrible crime. And the man gets a chance to come back to try and seek justice, which is something that you just read the news or look around and often does not happen. And it's very satisfying in that way.
It's true that this sort of classic comic book crime-fighting vigilante usually comes from music. Are you playing a vigilante?
Well, in a sense, but oftentimes a vigilante seems to be trying to cure some social ill or fight some larger thing, you know. And thematically, I think the film probably will get into exploring that, but it's a very personal story. Eric's trying to come back and take vengeance for something that was done to the woman that he loved.
Right now, what's going on in the film with the scenes that were filmed today? And also describe where it comes to film and what it means.
Well, it means I'm wearing a bulletproof vest right now. And I just got shot 20 times. And I've worn squibs before, and I've gotten shot before, but I must say I have never been shot 20 times at once before, which is an experience I think everyone should have.
Is it an acting challenge that you recommend for every actor?
It's an NAR day. It's a definite no acting.
I agree with that. And coming from the astral with the crow, just like he is, I've had dreams where I was shot and I had to go through with getting killed all the way consciously. And then I just woke up in my bed.
Required day when you get shot 20 times.
And the actions come pretty naturally?
Yeah, Alex Proyas should actually come out for you because he does the Proyas shuffle the best, which is the, when you get shot 20 times.
So I'm honestly just going to say one more thing. What's it like to sign your picture by Ed Presley knowing what happened to Arnold Schwarzenegger?
What did Ed do to Arnold Schwarzenegger that I don't know about?
Are you excited about the prospect?
I'm excited about the film. The concept that there's a possibility of doing a couple more pictures. That and a dime will get me a half a phone call.
I don't believe I'm going to see it.
Yeah.
But so do you think the Crow's going to be like a franchise? Is it something we're going to see Crow 18? Do you think the story has?
I hope not. It's a very self-contained story. Like I said, it comes from the graphic novel, and it really is a pure work. And once it's over, I haven't even begun to think about what Crow 18 would be. I just hope we shoot it someplace warmer.
Can you talk just briefly about shooting in the cement factory when it's fine?
It's cold. It's very cold. We
make it Vegas almost any.
Nirvana, yeah, that would be good. We should do that. Sorry.
Gentlemen.
Here I am, huh? The Avenger. The killer of killers. Nice outfit. Not sure about the face, though. I just want him. Well, you can have him.
I see you have made your decision. Now let's see you enforce it.
This is already
the star talks about the greatest role of his life, a role he wouldn't live to see on the big screen.
I don't know if I was destined to play this role, but I feel very fortunate to be doing so.
A compelling and tragic conversation, Brandon Lee's last interview. Grizzly serial killer John Wayne Gacy is scheduled to die at 1 minute past midnight tonight. Now we talk to the people who have been waiting for this moment.
It came out later in the trial that my brother was digging his own grave.
I was raped psychologically, emotionally, and physically by John Gacy.
Plus, the exclusive audio tapes of John Wayne Gacy. For the first time, a secret recording with a pen pal reveals a very candid scenes were completed without him. And this week... Thanks for joining us. I'm Maureen O'Boyle. Just over a year ago, Brandon Lee was accidentally shot and killed on the set of his movie, The Crow. The last few scenes were completed without him, and this week The Crow opens across the country. But just before his death, Brandon Lee sat down for an interview, not knowing it would be his last. As Steve Dunleavy reports, his final haunting words proved to be a prediction of what was to come.
His beautiful life blazed like a brilliant flame. But brilliant flames burn the fastest. So the life of Brandon Lee, like his father Bruce Lee, was tragically snuffed out before he could give us the full gift of his life. Now, his last movie was called The Crow, in which death beckoned both on film and in reality. Now, who most could tell us what Brandon thought about life, death, and even reincarnation? Well, Brandon Lee himself.
We do not know when we will die. We get to think of life as an inexhaustible well, and yet everything happens only a certain number of times, and a very small number, really. How many more times will you remember a certain afternoon of your childhood, an afternoon that is so deeply a part of your being that you can't even conceive of your life without it? Perhaps 4 or 5 times more, perhaps not even that. How many more times will you watch the full moon rise? Perhaps 20, and yet it all seems limitless.
There was a limit on Brandon's life when he was accidentally shot during a scene of the movie The Crow, a story about a man murdered who comes back from the dead for 2 days to seek revenge on his assassins. This never-before-aired interview was given 10 days prior to his death.
I thought to myself, if I were given the opportunity after a year of having been dead to come back, who would I want to share it with? Who would I want to see? And the person I would want to see would be my fiancée, Eliza, because I'm engaged. I'm getting married after the film.
His lovely fiancée, Eliza Hutton, and Brandon took that beautiful day for granted. And yet, Brandon knew better.
You tend to take a great deal for granted because you feel like you're going to live forever, and it's only if you lose a friend or maybe if you have a near-death experience, suddenly things are sharply brought into focus, and many events in your life and people in your life and activities that you normally think of as being trivial, suddenly attain this real significance when you take into account the fact that, my God, that could have been the last time I would ever see that person.
I love you. I love you.
The movie, The Crow, is as eerie as Brandon Lee's real-life experience.
He had premonitions that he wouldn't live past. Sometimes, if I remember, he didn't think he'd live past 25.
Good morning,
he thought
Elizabeth.
that he was, very similar to
Good morning.
to Morrison or James.
Friend of Brandon Lee for 3 years, and his memory still chills her to the bone.
Brandon had told me on occasion that he had felt that he had left his body, but it was something that he didn't want to talk about because it had scared him.
And yet nothing seemed to...
Lucid dreaming, that is, Brandon Lee. Good morning. Morning, Elizabeth. Good to see you here again.
Brandon had told me on occasion that he had felt that he had left his body, but it was something that he didn't want to talk about because it had scared him.
And yet nothing seemed to scare Brandon Lee.
martial arts, daring stunts, and how many times had he been shot by fake bullets? Action! Here in a picture with Lisa Griffin, a bloodstain and a fake bullet hole in exactly the same spot where he was fatally shot last March.
To think that you could survive it.
Exactly the same spot where he was fatally shot last March.
To think that you could survive it so many times and not survive it.
Brandon's final role was something he tragically did not survive. But playing the character, Eric Draven, made him reflect on his life.
When you're dealing with a supernatural situation, which is a man who has come back from the dead. And I think the thing that I enjoy most about this film is simply the questions that raises for me as an actor playing the part and for the audience who's going to see the film. If you died and a year had passed since the time that you had died, and during that year you have to assume that the people that you loved and the people who were in your life and loved you would have had a year now to grieve and come to some kind of terms with having lost you. And now suddenly you are given the chance to come back for 2 days. The world would be a very different place through your eyes.
You didn't say goodbye.
You're just gonna have to forgive me for that.
13-year-old Rochelle Davis plays the part of Sarah the street urchin in the movie, opposite Brandon Lee.
It's kind of scary to think that could happen on a movie set.
When and how did you find out about the tragedy?
My mom told me.
What did she say?
She said, your grandmother talked to the people in the production agency and Brandon died. And I just ran down next to her and started crying. It just shocked me a lot.
I met Brandon 5 years before the accident, and he was a great guy. A lot of fun, had a great sense of humor.
In fact, Brandon Lee would find humor even when he came face to face with a knife-wielding bandit in his house.
He had a knife, and I had taken the knife away from him, and I'm sitting on the guy with the knife, and I've got the knife pressed up against the corner of his eye, and I'm just sitting on him. So the cops come, and the car screeches to a halt, and I stand up, and I take a couple steps away from the guy, and I toss the knife out into the street, and I put my hands up over my head, and I yell at the top of my lungs, "I'm the good guy! I'm the good guy!"
Life, death, destiny was never far from the innermost thoughts of Brandon Lee.
Was I destined to play this role? I don't know if I was destined to play this role, but I feel very fortunate to be doing so. This is this is the best role that I've had the opportunity to get my hands on in a film.
Perhaps, tragically, if destiny had played a role, Brandon Lee's brilliant flame of life might still be burning today.
We'll hear more from Brandon Lee's last interview a little later in the program. But first, a man who survived the deadly grip of serial killer John. Tomorrow, more revelations from Mark on History audio tapes. Those exclusive.
Yeah, I want to go over that last interview again in full that we were just listening to right there.
Basketball, that nobody's good at class when you first start it. It could be
I don't know if I was destined to play this role, but I feel very fortunate to be doing so.
The Crow was Brandon Lee's last film. Miramax Home Entertainment is proud to share his final on-camera interview, which includes exclusive, never-before-seen footage.
The crow in the film, the bird in the film, you could really just look at as a guide, almost a piece of his own personality that guides him back into his life and reminds him who he was, what happened to him. This is a person who has been pushed right to the limits of his ability to cope with what is going on, and in a sense is quite mad sometimes. In a sense is completely insane. Almost in the sense that you might think of an insane person having voices, more rational voices that try and guide him, more irrational voices that come from a more emotional, more deep-seated place. I think that the crow is that rational voice. The crow is his guide. The crow helps Eric do what he has to do in a very practical sense. It leads him to the places that he has to be. It helps him find the people that he has to find. Come on. It's a story about justice for victims. Each one of these is a life you helped destroy. His mission is to find the man who killed him and his fiancée and kill them. Gentlemen! I just want him. It's a wonderful role, and it really is a role that you have to take risks with, and it gives you a wonderful opportunity to take those risks and stretch, because you tell me how somebody who comes back from the dead is going to behave, You move your dead. And I say I'm dead, and I move. And that's one of the wonderful things about playing this character is it's a real, you can really take the gloves off in playing this part, because there are no rules about how a person who has come back from the dead is going to behave.
I'm sure you'll remember. You killed him on Halloween.
You can't be you. We put you through the window. There ain't no coming back.
And then there's the part of him that is filled with rage towards what was done to him. And one of the things I like best about this movie is the fact that all of those parts of the character are given balance on the screen. He's torn up. He's torn up really badly, emotionally, physically, and psychically.
She died at the hospital.
I saw her through your eyes.
I think that the appeal of Eric's mission is that it is a very pure one. He has come back to seek justice. I've done other films that have had violence in them, but I must say I've never done anything where I felt that the violence was as justified as it is in this. There's very little need to worry about compassion.
Victims. Aren't we all?
This is justice, and I truly feel that it is. And I truly feel that if I were in the same situation, I would do the same thing. He has something he has to do, and he's forced to put aside his own pain long enough to go do what he has to do. To tell the rest of them, death is coming for them tonight. This film deals with the concept of a balance being struck between good and evil. I gave this to Shelley once. I think she'd like you to have it. Because we do not know when we will die, we get to think of life as an inexhaustible well. And yet everything happens only a certain number of times, and a very small number, really. How many more times will you remember a certain afternoon of your childhood? An afternoon that is so deeply a part of your being that you can't even conceive of your life without it. Perhaps 4 or 5 times more, perhaps not even that. How many more times will you watch the full moon rise? Perhaps 20. And yet it all seems limitless. Little things used to mean so much to Shelley. I used to think they were kind of trivial. Believe me, nothing is trivial. This is the point of view that this character is coming from in the whole film, because it has been brought sharply into focus for him how precious each moment of his life is.
I love you.
Say that again.
I love you.
This is the best role that I've had the opportunity to get my hands on the film.
Your tears won't fall, your tears won't fall
Yeah, it's interesting. I've been up for over 24 hours now. So I'm really tired. I'm gonna find something to play and smoke. Yeah, Chuck Norris died the other day. Chuck Norris didn't die. Chuck Norris died. Chuck Norris killed Death. Death didn't kill Chuck Norris. Because he is headstrong. Guess it doesn't really matter who killed Kurt are doing. But I don't like what they're doing. So it does matter at the same time.
दिल झूम जाए ऐसी
Okay, I'll be right back. I'm going to have a smoke, and then I'll come right back.
Will my ego ever be satisfied? I did, as you enter my mind. Enter my mind, am I alive? So my brain, everything keeps haunting me. It's no surprise, so my brain. Takes you places you don't wanna go. Hey. Are you ready?
Okay, move on. Have a good night. 10:20 a.m. here. We'll see you again in the a.m. for me. For me. Yeah.
These flowers bleed your tears. The darkness calls your name. I'm staring down your ears. There's pleasure in this pain. Don't think you are alone. Cause soon I think you'll find I am the voice you hear. Screaming inside your mind. I am the touch you find. I am the mind free. There's no reality. Just this world of illusion that keeps on holding. I am the mind free. 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 My ego pushes you. It's never satisfied. My will is cutting through. I see the truth inside. Don't think it's killing you. Cause soon I think you'll find you are the voice you hear. Screaming inside your mind. I get the touch you find. I am the mind free. There's no reality. Just this world of illusion that keeps on holding. I am the mind free. I am the mind free. I am the mind free. I am the mind free.
Wi-Fi is getting better, so.
I am the mind free. There's no reality. Just this world of illusion that keeps on holding. I am the mind free. I am the mind free. I am the mind free. I am the mind free.
Yeah, I'm still here. Did you see the new 2 videos I did? I'd like to put them on here if I can. I'll have to put this up just a sec. I'm going to try to put it on here. Yeah, Lana was here, but her internet is dying. It's going to be cut off. All right, 1 second. Stick out my VHS tape. Put this right here. This right here. Let's see how I can get this. Right. I've had that since 1997. All right. Let's do it like this again.
It doesn't matter what you look like or anything. It doesn't matter what your product looks like. It's what it sounds like.
Rape me, rape me, my friend. Rape me, rape me again. I'm the only one. I'm the only one. I'm the only one. I'm the only one.
Program high five up top. Jeremy is fucking spoken.
What did you think about that? Was that cool? I spent like over 7 hours working on that this morning. We'll go with this one too, just to say.
Kurt Cobain was found dead this morning at his Seattle estate. The lead singer of Nirvana was apparently at the house alone. This morning, an electrician sent to work on a security system looked in the window of the garage apartment and saw a body on the floor.
There's a shotgun laying across Fort Eagle's neck.
Yeah, it should be.
So we are going to recap this very quickly. I know that there are people with Who Killed Kurt that are trying to say that Mark Lanegan had no involvement in the murder of Kurt Cobain. But at the same time, they have Joe Burns speaking to them, saying to them that he did. So I have no clue why they're going against that, but we're going to go over this really quickly. So Tammy Hill is one of Mark Lanegan's girlfriends from high school. And this tip was given into Unsolved Mysteries in 1997, way before Joe spoke out about Mark Lanegan's involvement. So the caller asked if the detectives had found a silver ring or an ear clip at the scene in the corner of the room. Caller was just wondering because a silver ring or ear clip belongs to someone that might have committed the crime. Here's another one mentioning a mark. Caller was abrupt and did not want to stay on the phone, just quickly said that she knew of Kurt's death in 1994, and investigators need to be looking for Mark, no last name given, a close associate of Kurt's. Mark Lanegan also received a sum of money often cited as $50,000 from Courtney Love around 1997 to pay for rehab, which helped him get sober, apparently. Mark Lanegan was a caregiver for Duff McKagan's homes starting around 1997, homes immediately following the amount of money that he was given by Courtney, and he was also given a record deal at the same time. Hanging On for Dylan Randolph Carlson, a song by Mark Lanegan. You've always held your tongue, despite what evil thing I'd done.
When your contractors are global.
So that's that. And I think I'm gonna finally pass out really soon, like in about 5 minutes or so. And I'll do some more videos that actually matter. Well, this one did too, but it's all chopped up. I have to arrange the live streams somehow, at least afterwards, with timestamps. I'm gonna go with some good Charlotte. Old school.
Communication is a lie like the wind. When I speak, it's like no one understands, and I'm left with empty hands forever. I can't speak. So many things I'll never learn. You can't cross bridges that you burn. Why is life such an issue in your mind? Why are the answers to my problems hard to find? So hard to find. So hard to find. Don't forget to buckle when you fall beneath the pressure of the seconds when your life became a screamer. Staring at the sea, things become so small. I want movies of my dreams and pictures on my wall. Pictures on my wall. Why is life such an issue in your mind? Why are the answers to my problems hard to find? So hard to find. So hard to find. You say that I'm a dreamer. I say you're a non-believer. Take out the light. Take out the light, start screaming. I'm dreaming, I'm a dreamer. No one believes me, and you don't either. Tell me what to do. Take out the light. Take out the light. Take out the light. Take out the light, start screaming. Take out the light. Take out the light. Take out the light. Take out the light, start screaming. Take out the light, start screaming. Take out the light, start screaming. Take out the light, start screaming.
Elizabeth, hey. Mads, hey. Thank you, Mads. I'll catch up. We'll catch up soon. I'll be on later, probably tonight. If not, in the early AM again. That's awesome, Elizabeth. What do you have? I remember you told me what you collected. What does it make you feel when you brew it? All right, Mads, see you later.
Alright, here we go. Get down. One time for your mind, your body and your soul. Every time that it rhymes, you know I'm in control. Alright, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah, this song is dedicated to every kid who ever got picked last in gym class. This is for you. To every kid who never had a date to no school dance. This is for you. To everyone who's ever been called a freak. This is for you. Here we go. Yeah. What? Come on. Yeah. What? Come on. Come on. Come on. Here we go. Here we go. Like the time in school when we got free lunch and the cool kids beat us up. And the rich kids had convertibles and we had to ride the bus. Like the time we made the baseball team, they still laughed at us. Like the time that girl broke up with me cause I wasn't cool enough. Trick things. Here we go. Little things, they always hang around. The little things, they try to break me down. The little things, they just won't go away. The little things, they're the hell I am today. Yo, you wanna hate me now, but I won't stop now. Cause I can't stop now. Yeah, what? What? Yeah, what? Come on, here we go. Like the time Mom went to that institute, cause she was breaking down. Like the car we had that wouldn't start, we had to walk to get around. And that same year on Christmas Eve, Dad went to the store. We checked his room, his things were gone. We didn't see him no more. Tech things. Here we go. The little things, they always hang around. The little things, they try to break me down. The little things, they just won't go away. The little things, baby, who I am today. Go. You wanna hate me now, but I won't stop now. Cause I can't stop now.
What are killer T cells? I don't even know what that
Well,
is.
I'm telling you now, but
Sorry.
The clock is ringing, I need to spend an hour snoozing. Cause I don't think I'm gonna make it. I punch in, I'm still sleeping, watch the clock, but it's not moving. Cause every day is never ending. I need to work, I'm always spending. And I feel like I'm living the worst day over and over again. And I feel like the summer is leaving again. I feel like I'm living the worst day. I feel like you're gone. And every day is the worst day ever. Yesterday was the worst day ever. And tomorrow won't be better. It's history repeating. And summer plans are gone forever. I trade them in for dish and water. And every day is never ending. I need to work, I'm always spending. how it has to be. There's so many things I want to say, but you just don't listen to me. I don't wanna hurt you, you don't wanna hurt me. I can't stand you and you can't stand me. We can't rearrange, you could never change me. Say goodbye, nothing I say could change your mind, because I can't stay. Tomorrow I'll be on my way, so don't expect to find me sleeping in my bed. 'Cause when you wake up, I won't be there. I won't be there. Everything I say, you find a way to make it sound like I was born just yesterday. And everything you taught me doesn't mean a thing, so I'm going my way. I don't wanna hurt you, you don't wanna me. I can't stand you and you can't stand me. We can't rearrange, you can never change me. Say goodbye, nothing I say goodbye, because I can't stay. Tomorrow I'll be on my way, so don't expect to find me sleeping in my bed. 'Cause when you wake up, I won't be there. This is the last night that I spend at home, and it won't take too long for you to notice. Won't take long for you to find out that I'm gone. I can't stay. Tomorrow I'll be on my way, so don't expect to find me sleeping in my bed. 'Cause when you wake up, I won't be there. I can't stay. Tomorrow I'll be on my way, so don't expect to find me sleeping in my bed. 'Cause when you wake up, I won't be there. Yeah.
Incoming.
No, let me see. Send them to me.
Hello there, the angel from my nightmare, the shadow in the background of the moor, the unsuspecting victim of darkness in the valley. We can live like Jack and Sally if we want, where you can always find me. And we'll have Halloween on Christmas, and in the night we'll wish this never ends. We'll wish this never ends. Where are you? And I'm so sorry. I cannot sleep, I cannot dream tonight. I need somebody and always. This sick, strange darkness comes creeping on, so haunting every time. And as I stared, I counted webs from all the spiders, catching things and eating their insides, like indecision to call you and hear your voice of treason. Will you come home and stop this pain tonight? Stop this pain tonight. Don't waste your time on me. You're already a voice inside my head. on me. You're already the voice inside my head. Don't waste your time on me. You're already the voice inside my head. Don't waste your time on me. You're already the voice inside my head. Don't waste your time on me. You're already the voice inside my head.
To infinity and beyond. To the stars. These videos will live on forever. And so will we beyond the third dimension. Until I see you later, I'll see ya. Have a good day, everybody. I'll be back. I'll be back later tonight. See you, Elizabeth. And I will be back sooner than later. Good night. Good morning. Good night. Good morning, night. I'm going to bed now. Peace.